What the fuck? I'm just looking at this image. Is this gonna be a time travel episode? I mean, the title is "It's About Time." Again, I'm not reading the description. I'm just going off the title. Well, and that picture. I'm guessing like a future version of Twilight's gonna come back. That's fucking weird. I don't know. I actually tend to like time travel stuff a lot. Like just the ways that it can play with the plot. Like Futurama. Again, I've mentioned that a ton of times. But like, there's this like weird ongoing timeline with like Fry, because eventually he gets frozen, and then they go back to that moment tons of times, and then there's all these other events that happen, and it's just like it's so fascinating to me to watch. So I don't know, maybe this will be an interesting episode. But so I was thinking, I've basically just been bitching for, you know, at this point, 46 episodes, right? Just saying how shit this is. But then I was thinking, what would have to change for me to actually like this? Like what would have to change for me to call myself a brony? Can't say it with a straight face though. But seriously, what would have to change? Because I'm thinking, okay, Cutie Mark Chronicles, that's like the only episode that was well made. Like, sure, nothing, the characters didn't learn anything or change or do anything. It wasn't exactly a conflict, it was just them telling a story. But it was still well paced enough, and then there was like, you know, interest with what was happening, all the different stories. You know, it had something. There was something there. And it's like, what would have to change with all these other episodes though? Because the number one problem is how boring every episode is. It's just, this is the lesson that we're gonna learn. Here's 18 minutes of just boring nothingness. Here's a minute of us explaining the lesson, and that's it. There's no interesting story or character development, world building, intertwining plots, nothing. Just nothing at all. And it's not like it's just so batshit crazy off the wall. Like the first episode of Adventure Time is just like, what? You can't get bored in that show because there's always some crazy shit happening. But so then, like, okay, other things that would have to change. Like, okay, so you need to structure the episodes kind of like, I guess, how Gravity Falls structures their episodes, or like Star. You could have like intertwining plot threads, like in BoJack Horseman, where each character is a different thing that they're interacting with, and then all the threads could have their own different story going on with all these different interactions, and it could be so you could do a lot with this, you know? Like, I mean, BoJack Horseman has like around the same number of main characters as this show, honestly. It's just BoJack Horseman actually knows how to make a story, how to do character development, how to keep something interesting, how to make the viewer feel things, how to, how to make a TV show that doesn't suck. So it's just like, I don't know. I'm just rambling at this point. My point is, I feel like you could change this enough for me to actually like it. I mean, even ignoring the, overly cutesy voices and the bright, overly saturated animation and obnoxious songs. Even ignoring that, you could still make an interesting story. Like, I think even if you hate Adventure Time or Steven Universe, I think you can still see why so many people like them. But this, I can't see why anyone would like this. It's just bad. Oh god, it's Spike and Rarity again. Okay, so he's dreaming about Rarity. Huh? Wait, he sleeps in a basket. What? What's happening? Is this really just gonna be she's too overly organized? Is this just gonna be more shit? I don't know why I'm surprised. I mean, really, the fuck is happening? Oh, is this gonna be the time travel portal? What is this? So she's coming through the time travel? So there's her time travel thing, I guess. Okay. Oh my gosh, how long is this stupid conversation? Oh wait, she's from next Tuesday. Okay. Oh, and there she goes. Okay then. Oh, she's wearing the disguise thing, so no one takes her seriously. And they laugh again, because she's insane. So is this gonna be like a self-fulfilling prophecy? Like, by trying to stop the bad thing, they're gonna cause it? Ugh. Okay, I have nothing to say. It's just, oh look, the bad thing gonna happen. Now we gonna do montage of bad thing preventing. That was sort of English. Like, what?
Las Pegasus.
Las Pegasus. Oh my god, these puns.
I have this nagging feeling.
Where the fuck did that note go? It was just like, oh, okay, there's this thing. She's just gonna, yep. Okay, is this actually not, this is not gonna be the main threat, isn't it? Okay, so is she just gonna levitate him? Oh, never mind. She's just Fluttershy. What? I don't get what this is supposed to be right now. They're just kind of doing nothing. Like, what was the point of that dog? Maybe it'll come back later? That's the scar from the future. Oh no. I guess there's kind of a structure here. I guess this one hasn't been painful so far. This is so tedious. What is this scene?
From Baltimore with
Baltimore? How many of these shitty puns are they gonna make? Really isn't that funny? Oh, what? Is her hair burnt now? And there's the scar again. I don't think you could make this worse. What? Oh no. I don't get what this even is supposed to be. Like, nothing's happened. It's just nothing. I don't get it. Are they actually trying to, like, say how, are they trying to say how psychics are all fake? Which is the reality. And they also brought the twitching sense thing again.
yesterday. Carry the 15. Negative aspect on the 14th moon.
Oh, say math words, make it sound smart. Tee hee hee, very funny. Not at all though. Oh, there's the eye patch. Wonder if that math made any sense. She's gonna stop time. Okay, but there's the black suit thing. I'm just again lost for words. Nothing to say. Just nothing. It's just been random scenes that kind of progress the story, I guess, of like her trying to figure out like how she became this thing in the future that came back in time. But then like it's just a bunch of dragged out scenes. It's just boring. This is the exit. Of course, it's where they came in, and it's right there.
Look at all those priceless magic scrolls. There are more than I ever imagined.
That line right there. Look at all the scrolls. There's more than I could have imagined. That is the most. It's just the epitome of telling and not showing. They're just like, oh look, it's a thing. This is what's happening in the show right now. Can you see that this is happening? So the bad thing she does is that happens is she listens to future Twilight. Is that I don't even fucking know. These are always so confusing until the end, assuming they're all written correctly, and nothing's gonna happen. Ugh. She was just warning her about herself. Oh, that's the lesson. Duh. Okay, yeah. So don't worry about the future so much. And yeah, she's gonna go back in time. Yep, and it's the intro scene again.
You've got to listen to me.
Is this just the exact same scene? This is literally just the same copy-pasted scene. There's no point in including this. Oh, it wasn't actually like a bad thing that happens. And there's a stomachache. Okay. Everything is just spelled out so explicitly. I thought this wouldn't be my problem, but now it is my problem. See how I'm saying what's happening? That means it's funny. Oh, God. Damn. Just more garbage. Again, you could probably copy paste what I say at the end of each of these. Okay, it's another pretty simple plot. So Twilight is visited by the future version of Twilight, and then she's warned about something that she's warned that she needs to not do something. Then it's basically, and then the future version of Twilight had all these weird things like these weird clothes, a little scratch, and a bunch of other shit. And then like the thing is she ends up getting each one of those things throughout the episode until finally it's the time where the bad thing was supposed to happen, but it turns out the bad thing didn't exist. It was just Twilight being paranoid about the future or whatever. And so then then she goes back in time to the past Twilight from the beginning of the episode and then completes the cycle. It's basically the time travel from Harry Potter, except that two of the same characters are able to see each other. Or it's one closed loop. They don't have anything to say. It's just nothing. It really is. There was like clear attempts at jokes. They were terrible attempts and they weren't funny. They barely had a punchline. There's nothing to make you care about the characters or the world or anything. There's no stakes. I guess there kind of is stakes with her being worried about the thing that's gonna happen. It's just boring nothingness, as always. I guess this one didn't make me angry though. It was just like, okay, this is happening. That was kind of it. Like I didn't get like mad. I don't know. I'll give this 3 out of 10. It was just boring. Just a boring episode of a boring kids show. I don't know what needs to change for this show for me to actually like this show, but definitely not this episode.